What's poppin'? Back with Draft League content, so we've somehow made it to the semifinals. Glad you all enjoyed the quarterfinals game versus Playmore last week. It was a very good game. But yeah, now for semifinals, we're taking on 6-foot Hacks Leo again in a rematch, which is always interesting, right? Especially because we won during the regular season, which was not even too long ago. Literally faced him for week 8, and I brought my strongest hand versus him because, you know, playoffs were on the line for me. So then it makes me think, right? What can I even do differently this time? And how is he going to adapt to me? So his team should appear on the right. It hasn't changed or anything since the last time we played. So let's focus on how I'm going to be adapting to this rematch. Last time, if you remember, I brought Choice Scarf Raging Bolt to deal with Iron Bundle. This time, I'm bringing a set that some of y'all may not have seen before. For the first time ever, I'm bringing Booster Energy Raging Bolt with Calm Mind, but not just any Booster Energy. It's a Jolly Nature speed boosting Raging Bolt. So it takes my idea of Choice Scarf Raging Bolt and takes it even further with Calm Mind, 3 attacks. It's really strong and it has the boost of a Choice Scarf with Booster Energy plus Jolly Nature. You have to run Jolly Nature on this Pokemon because with Timid, you won't be able to do that. And you can't run Zero because of the fact that every Raging Bolt starts off with 20 IVs, right? I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So you have to run Jolly. But I can run 16 special attack with Jolly just because it still is lower value than my speed. So with my speed being the highest value of the stats that can be boosted by Booster Energy, it's going to get a boost. And yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see if this Pokemon can put in work, because I feel like this time if he adapts and he expects Choice Scarf Raging Bolt, he might run more Spadef bulky Mons or Mons that can sponge me pretty well. But with Calm Mind, I get the speed and I get to boost past those kinds of Mons. So I feel like this is an interesting way to adapt to a game 2 that we have to play now. Get my priority as well, and yeah, just get to click buttons with Booster Energy, Calm Mind. And this also allows me to run more bulk. Look at this defense and HP. I get to run a lot more bulk now, so I'll be able to sponge hits a bit better. And I at least wanted to bring this set at least once before my season potentially ends. And you know, this could be very well the last game that we play this season. If we lose, it's over. If we win, then we at least have one more. But yeah, I wanted to bring this set to try it out. Now, Choice Scarf Flygon did really well last week, and I'm bringing a Choice Scarf Flygon of a very different sort. Last one was Tera Ground Physical, this one is Tera Normal Special. And so I feel like with enough speed to outrun Booster Energy Great Tusk, this mon outruns a lot of Pokemon on his team, and he doesn't really have great switch-ins to normal type attacks, other than Tera Ghost Chinchino, which if he brings again, I don't know if it'll be the exact same set as last time, because I know what set he brought last time. It was Choice Scarf, so if he brings that again, he might even switch it up. So that kind of leaves Tinkaton as the only switch in, but then has to worry about Earth Power. So yeah, Terra Normal Boombursts look pretty good versus him with Choice Scarf, being able to outrun things. It 2-hit KOs most stuff, especially after Stealth Rocks from Annihilate. So that could be cool. And I'm also running Quick Attack, which is there for us to have maybe some priority if we need to. If something is like super weak, we can pick it off with a Quick Attack. That could be cool with Terra Normal. Even though on minus attack, it's still decently, you know, nice. And yeah, U-turn for momentum. So yeah, this is the season of Flygon is playoffs. So I'm gonna try to utilize it as good as I can for this match. So then we have Mew. So the adjustment that I made to Mew was running Dragon Dance 3 attacks is the exact same. Very similar EV spread here, maybe a little bit adjusted, but Lumberry. So last time he tried to T-Wave my Mew, and I fortunately, you know, dodged the T-Wave last time. And this time I'm running Lumberry, just in case he tries to do that again. I'll actually have ways of avoiding Thunder Wave or Scald Burn or anything like that, so it could come into play. Especially if he is thinking I'm Colbur Berry like I was last time, then it could be good for mind games. But yeah, Mew's pretty much the same kind of set as last time. Toedscruel's a little bit adjusted as well. This time I'm running Toxic on it to weaken stuff that could potentially be annoying. Like in case he brings Zapdos or Uxie, for example, Toxic and those monsters are going to be really good. And then Endure Rocky Helmet could be cool for chip, right? Like assume that we Toxic something and they're getting chipped down and they like go for a strong attack, physical attack maybe. We can Endure, they get Rocky Helmet, or they get Rocky Helmet, we live, and then we Endure again. So it's like, it's really cool to kind of get more chip and force more chip. I found that to be more useful, I guess, than Spikes. So it could be nice. And yeah, good EV spread here as well. Then we have Empoleon. Now Empoleon here is I'm gonna have one change from last time, or two changes actually. First change is I'm running Torrent over Competitive. I don't think he's gonna bring Intimidate on Overquill, so I feel like Torrent is gonna be useful if he gets me into that range. A more powerful Surf could make the difference between a Mon getting knocked out and a Mon surviving. So, and then my second change is running Roar over Haze. So Roar actually could be really useful in case of like, you know, booster energy. Like I faced one set that was a really annoying Whirlpool trapping set from Iron Bundle with Encore that actually beat Empoleon 1v1. So Roar avoids those kind of scenarios, and it can also phase out Mons that pretty much are annoying, like booster energy, stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of like Haze, but just a different way of using it. So it could be cool. Finally, Annihilate is basically the same as the first time I brought it. Basically the exact same set. No change there really. And that's gonna be the team. So yeah, like the big changes that I've made to this team since last time is Flygon for Farigiraf. So if you remember, Farigiraf from the last time was Trick Room, Tera Normal. And so this time I'm just running Choice Scarf, Tera Normal. So kind of the opposite of Farigiraf, where I don't have to click Trick Room to get big damage. I just click Tera Normal, Boomburst, and do pretty much the same thing and have that kind of speed factor there. Raging Bolt is now a buffed, modified Choice Scarf set. It's not even Choice Scarf, you know what I mean, right? Booster speed, so it has the speed of Choice Scarf and the setup potential of a Calm Mind set. Lumberry, Endure, Rocky Helmet, Toxic, whatever, and Roar and Torrent. So those are the changes. Let's see, hopefully, if those changes can put in the work. Game starts very soon. Whenever I let him know that I'm ready, I think he's waiting for me now. So we'll cue into the game, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side. Maybe for finals. If not, I'll give a nice little speech at the end of the season. All right, we are in the semifinals. Top 4 versus 6-foot Haxleo, who unfortunately knocked out Joey PokeMMD in the quarterfinals. Gotta try our best to avenge our fallen hero, even though I know rematches are typically not in my favor, especially when I won the first fight, just because it gives more room for my opponent to adjust their team versus me. But I'm hoping for a great game. I mean, the last game versus Playmore for quarterfinals, that was so good. And, you know, if y'all could just take a moment to check and see if you're subscribed to the channel, it would mean a lot. And if you're not, go ahead and subscribe. It only takes a second for a lifetime of free heat content. Or let's make a deal. If I somehow win this game and make it to finals, y'all have to subscribe. It seems like a fair deal, right? It seems like a fair deal. I'll do my best now. But it seems we found Leo. Let's see what he decides to bring for the second round. And he's got Great Tusk, the Ogerpon, Overquill, Uxie, Manaphy, and Iron Bundle. Okay, so he did bring a different team than last time. No Tinkaton is surprising. This does mean that my Raging Bolt's Dragon Pulse looks really good, and also Choice Scarf, Tera Normal, Boomburst has no switch-ins, really, other than his potential AV or special defensive Mon. So I think I'll just lead with it. I feel like it's just going to be really, really good. What else did he not bring from last time? Oh, no Tera Captain either. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So no Tera Captain on his side, but he does have the bundle instead this time around, and the Uxie. Uxie could be annoying for sure. I mean, I know it's a very annoying Pokemon, very bulky. So yeah, we'll have to deal with that. His potential leads probably could be Great Tusk this time, because I led Raging Bolt last time, so I'm switching up my leads. Of course, I have, you know, a mildly different team than last time. I've switched up a couple things here and there, as you saw, or may have seen from the team builder. But I feel pretty good about what we have here. Flygon lead, like if he leads with Uxie, I can U-turn out. If he leads with Bundle, I can Boomburst. If he leads with Tusk, I can maybe U-turn, because I don't want to stay in to take an attack. I feel like those are his 3 lead options. Maybe Ogerpon as well. I don't think it'll be an Overquill lead. Doesn't seem that likely into me. But yeah, we got our work cut out for us. A lot of threats. A lot of threats on his team that we got to worry about. But we have some cool new things for us to try out as well. And he decides to challenge us. This may or may not be his first mistake. We will find out. As he leads with Iron Bundle, okay. So I'm not sure if he was expecting the Choice Scarf Raging Bolt lead, because if he is Choice Scarf, he does outrun me, but he can't knock me out. And if he's non-Choice Scarf, I just destroy him right now. So I feel like Tera Normal Boomburst immediately is the play. And if he stays in, then we'll see what happens. And he does stay in, so maybe he was Choice Scarf? I'm not sure. We get the nice Tera normal Tera on the first turn. And the Boomburst goes first. And dead. Ooh. Oh, what a great first turn. Oh, that's amazing. Wait, that's a great first turn. Wow. Immediately knocking out the Iron Bundle turn 1 is phenomenal. We don't gotta deal with that mon now. Oh, that was a beautiful turn 1 cook. Flygon's been putting in so much work for the playoffs. Versus play more with Tera Ground, now with Tera Normal. Putting in so much work. Choice Scarf sets are so nice. And the special set is seemingly just as viable as the physical set. Like, that just did a ton of damage. And I'm not even choice specs. Granted though, I guess Iron Bundle Spit F is really bad, but that's a really cool use of Flygon. I like this set a lot. And so now he brings in the Ogerpon. Now, Ogerpon's a tricky mon because this mon can easily get out of hand. It's one of the most dangerous mons he has on his team. Even more so than Bundle and Manaphy and stuff like that, because I think I just have very limited switch-ins. So I'm just tempted to fire off another Boomburst. Like, he can't really knock me out with any one move right now. Unless he's like superpower or something, which might, but I don't think he would be. So I think we Boomburst here, just to get damage off. And so he goes for the Trailblaze here, and that does a lot of damage for a Trailblaze. I think he's Adamant Nature, so I will get knocked out on this next turn, I think. Yeah, because my Flygon, even though I'm Choice Scarf, I'm not going to be faster than an Adamant Ogerpon, unfortunately. Or maybe it is Jolly, I'm not sure. But I'm not going to be faster than this mon. I'm only set to be faster than Great Tusk at +1. So I feel like I have to stay in an attack, because if he Sword Dances up, that could be really bad. And if he just tries to make a play, I'm just trying to think like that one game I had where I switched out and then I got a +2 Swords in front of me and got reverse swept. So I feel like I just stay in and Boomburst, let him knock me out. Yeah, he is faster, so that's fine though. Flygon did great work. Destroyed Bundle, severely weakened the Ogerpon, and now we can revenge. We have two options to revenge it with. We have, I think, our Mew or Annihilate, I think. It's either going to be Mew or Annihilate. I don't want to go into Raging Bullet just yet because I want to do a late game activation of my booster speed, because it's only a one-time activation. So I feel like Mew could probably take this better, because if I want to preserve Annihilape's HP for Great Tusk, it wouldn't make sense to get damage on it now. And I think Annihilape's a little better to keep healthy just because he does have a Uxie, so Uxie will be able to check Mew a lot better. And Psychic Fangs does seem like it takes it out, so I feel like I could just go here for a Psychic Fangs. I can't Dragon Dance obviously because of Trailblaze. So hopefully he stays in and gives me this Mon and does not crit me this turn. Like, it's good that I didn't switch out last turn either because of the crit. It would have just gotten more damage on something unnecessarily. So he goes for Ivy Cudgel. Okay, nice. Little less than half, so I'll take that. Fair trade. So now we got rid of the Iron Bundle and the Ogerpon. Two pretty big threats. I would say, yeah, Ogerpon is definitely more of a threat because Iron Bundle can be checked by Empoleon. Manaphy can be checked by Empoleon as well. Now I think the only really big threat is probably the Tusk, depending on if it's booster speed, bulk up, or booster attack or something like that, or even Choice Band or something hard hitting. Choice Scarf is an option. I really tried to consider a lot of the Great Tusk sets that it could potentially be. So here, it would make sense if he goes into Yuxi just because it is a mon that doesn't really get threatened by Mew in its current state. Alternatively, I could also see him going into Overquill. He goes Yuxi, okay, that's fine. So here, my play is probably just to go Empoleon. In case this mon is Mystical Power or Calm Mind or something crazy, I do have Roar. It could also just be Rocks as well, which isn't really a threat to Empoleon either, and I can get a nice knockoff going as well. Oh, it's Yawn. Okay. So I definitely do not want Empoleon to be put to sleep. So I think I just go into Toedscruel here. Should be the play. And so he gets up Stealth Rocks. Okay, so Stealth Rocks and Yawn. Maybe U-turn and some Psychic move of some sort. I'm tempted to Rapid Split, but I think Toxic is better for the long run. So Yawn's here, cool, that's fine. And so now at this point in time, because I Toxic this Yuxi, hopefully it lands. It does, okay, cool. And so now I can basically just switch back into Empoleon and switch back out, you know, stuff like that. And he's gonna be taking residual damage each turn. So I'll always win this kind of Yawn switch out, switch in exchange. I'm gonna go into Empoleon here. So yeah, like he cannot continuously spam me on and pressure me with rocks because he's just taking more and more poison damage. And I should hopefully be able to spin this at some point. He doesn't have a ghost step on his team. And U-turn's out here, so U-turn out into Whomst. It might be Great Tusk that comes in now, and so yeah, it might get a little scary. I think that's the best mon that's gonna come in to punish me for my switches. But if it is booster energy, and burning that earlier is gonna be like super nice if it is, because that just means that Raging Bolt will be faster in the end. Because we still have a lot of checks to his mons. I would love to at some point try to get up my own Stealth Rocks, but I'm not sure when the opportunity will be. I think maybe if he brings in Tusk, it would be now. He does bring in Tusk. Let's see what item it is if it activated. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it is, I mean, it could be the same AV set that he brought last time. I think Annihilape's a good switch in right now, just because I get chip damage with Rocky Helmet in case he goes for Headlong Rush, which is a contact move. And I definitely want to chip down Great Tusk a little bit, just so that I can get it in range of my +1 Dragon Pulse from Raging Bolt. Goes for Headlong. That does so much. Why did that do so much? Is that Choice Band or just Adamant Nature? I'm like full Fizz Def, HP and Fizz Def. That's crazy. That's actually crazy damage. But he did get chipped, which is cool. Yeah, this is a weird roll. Like, Part of me thinks it's Choice Bandit, but also part of me thinks it's just Adamant Nature. I took Rocks as well, so maybe it's just Adamant Nature. Yeah, I guess. That's weird. I kind of want to pivot out from here into maybe Toedscruel. I don't want to stay in with this mon right now. This is a tricky mon though. This mon is a hard hitter. This is definitely Adamant Nature of some sort. That is so much to Annihilate. Yeah, Great Tusk is a powerhouse. Great Tusk is a demon. He switches and goes into Manaphy, okay. That's okay, I guess. So this switch essentially allows him to, if he has Ice Beam, he'll click it. So I think, as much as I want to Rapid Spin now, probably not worth doing. I think I can hold off on it for now, and maybe go Empoleon here. Yeah, because I definitely want to scout for Ice Beam. I don't want to just lose Toedscruel immediately and then have him set up a T-Spike with Overquill and do some stuff like that. Because I need at least I need T-Spikes not on the field. And he does have Ice Beam. Yeah, because Raging Bolt's going to really appreciate no T-Spikes for this matchup in particular. I'm going to probably fire off a knockoff. I think that's better. I think it's better than just clicking Surf. Yeah, he tries to Scald, but I have Covert Cloak, so he can't burn me just yet. Can't burn me ever, in fact. Unless he knocks off with Great Tusk or something, which I will not let him do. Probably fire off a... I'll just Roost here, maybe. I think Roost is the play. Scalds me again. Yep, no burn. No burn for you, ever. Cool, so now I can just Surf again. Basically, Manaphy's just a sitting... Oh! Knockoff Manaphy. Okay. So Scald knockoff. So I guess now he can get a burn, potentially. Gets it on the first one. The first one that counts. But that's fine, though. So this just means that my Empoleon can't get yawned, which I'll take. I'll take that for sure. Yeah, Empoleon not being able to get yawned is cool. I can just keep clicking Surf and try to whittle this thing down. Yeah, because if Manaphy gets weakened, that'll be great. And we already knocked off its item, so it can't heal either. So that's really cool. Just like in the last game where I think he brought the similar, not the same set, but a similar set, I guess. With the berry. Hopefully he just makes a random switch and gets destroyed by Surf. No, he just Scalds again. That's fine. So there's a Surf. Yeah, it's getting more and more chipped, which is great. Empoleon can beat Manaphy 1v1, especially this set. Even with burn, it should be fine. I'm tempted to Roost. Let's do it. I don't think he'll switch on this turn. Basically, we gotta make sure that Empoleon is healthy. Because I feel like, based on the Uxie set and the Manaphy set, Empoleon kind of just walls those two mons. So that it comes down to if we can get rid of Great Tusk first, and if Overquill is like a T-Spikes set, then I think Empoleon is definitely a key member of our team to be able to put in a lot of late game work. So he Scalds again here. Okay, that's cool. So this allows me to get some more Surfs, I think. And this is exactly what Empoleon is built for, taking on Manaphy 1v1. So things are going well. Let's Surf again. Oh, oops, I think I might have accidentally clicked knockoff. Oops, that's fine though. I just saw that go through, I was like, click. I saw knockoff go through, that's fine though. Yeah, just a little less damage, but no problem. I will Surf this time, make sure I click it properly. There we go. Cool. Good damage here. Think I will Surf again. Tempted to, but maybe I'll just Roost. Maybe I'll Roost this time. He switches this time. Oh, I should have Surfed. Or maybe not. Maybe if he went Overquill, probably not. But he goes into Tusk. Yo, that's a crazy switch on Empoleon, especially how I've been clicking Surf over and over. That's a crazy switch. I won the game probably on the spot if that Surf went through. That's a crazy switch. Wow, okay. He needs Tusk too, so like him throwing it in on Empoleon when I was tempted to click Surf is crazy. But it's those crazy plays that got him this far. Alright, well, interesting. Interesting indeed, but I guess for now we can try to get more chip on this Pokemon here with the Annihilape's Rocky Helmet. I think that's probably what we gotta do. It'll knock us out here with Headlong Rush, but yeah, ultimately we want to get it in range of Dragon Pulse. So it should be good. Goes for headlong here. Knocks me out. But takes more chip in the process. Excellent. And so here, what I want to do, I think it's still a bit too soon to go into Raging Bolt. I think Toad Scroll is the play. So we can actually force this thing out. I don't think you'd want to stay in on Toad Scroll. And so if he goes Uxie, we get a Rapid Spin, or if he goes Overquill, I think probably Rapid Spin is the better play here. From the range it's at right now, because it's at -2, my Earth Power would knock this Pokemon out. It should definitely knock it out from this range with Earth Power, so I feel like because he needs this Mon, as it is faster than Mew, and Raging Bolt if it's not, if my booster is, you know, used up, I guess, or I guess he, like, at this range of HP, he would need to keep it healthy to potentially sponge a regular non-boosted Dragon Pulse, non-+1. So Uxie makes the most sense because it can allow him to U-turn out again. He stays in? So is he gonna Headlong again, or what is he gonna do? Or I guess Ice Spinner if he's not locked in. Yeah, he's not locked in. Oh, that's a tough play. To stay in on Toedscruel when... Oh, that Mon could have died though. I could have just knocked it out. Okay, so he's making some very risky plays right now. However, he is certainly in range at this point of my Raging Bolt. So the question is it now the time to go Raging Bolt because of the stupid Yawn Uxie? The Uxie can just Yawn, but even so, I think it's fine because my Raging Bolt lives a Headlong Rush. It should live a Headlong Rush with the investment that I have. Nice Chinese EV spread here. Mew is an option, but I don't take rocks anymore now, which is cool, right? Me not taking rocks is really cool because I'm pretty sure that if I took rocks, I'd be in range of Headlong Rush from Adamant Nature. Mew's really bulky, so I feel like, but if I go Mew, he'll just switch out. I think I need to threaten this Mon. I need to go Raging Bolt, I think. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, yeah, I mean, this Mon is definitely in range of getting destroyed by this Pokemon. We got our booster speed activated, so we're gonna be faster than everything on his team right now. And so let's go right for the Dragon Pulse here, I believe is the play. Alternatively, I could Calm Mind, but I think this is a fine play here. Because it just seemed to me like he was just trying to sack this Mon, right? Staying in on Toedscruel especially. He definitely wanted to try to sack this Mon. Or he didn't think I would have knocked him out, I'm not sure. Oh shoot, it's Endear Custap, is it Endear Custap? There's gotta be Endear Custap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Hold up. Let me double check some stuff here. Oh, and Dear Custap's gonna be crazy. Okay, but I don't think it knocks me out. I EV'd myself to be really bulky, right? Because if I wanted to be booster speed, I had to go Jolly and then a whole bunch of defense and not special attack. Not much special attack. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Adamant Nature is actually really strong. Adamant Nature is really strong. I do think the play is to Dragon Pulse to knock this out, because if I Calm Mind here, it gives him a chance to switch out. And right now, there's no going back, right? There's no going back for him. Unless he saves this Custap for later, which is an option, but... Okay, let's do it. There's the Custap. I knew it. Okay. Headlong Rush. Ooh, 7 HP. 7 HP. Let's go. Okay. This Mon is dead, finally. Alright, so that's a huge threat gone. And this opens up Empoleon so much. I think Empoleon can definitely beat the Manaphy. I'm sure it'll beat the Uxie. Oh, that's crazy. So here I can't switch out, so I'm just gonna Thunderbolt. Get a little chip on this, right? U-turns out, okay. Yeah, because he could have gotten up rocks again, so there was, you know, no way I could have switched out there. And so now he goes into Overquill. Okay, so yeah, big threat. Big threat alert here. So last time I brought Cold Barberry Mew, and so I would assume that if I go Mew now, he'd be scared of it. And then he would want to switch out probably. Or if he gives me damage on it for some weird reason, then I would be able to probably win with Empoleon a lot easier. A change he could have probably made would be Swords Dance Overquill. That's a change he could have made. So I think Earthquake is just better than Dragon Dancing up here. Just so that we can, if he does decide to stay in an attack, we get guaranteed damage off. I don't think he can knock me out from this range because I am very bulky. So let's just attack. So he switches out here, that's fine. Goes into Uxie, which I believe this should allow me to get up Dragon Dances. Because if his only way of knocking me out is U-turn, I should be able to Dragon Dance here. And maybe he yawns, right? If he yawns, I have Lumberry now. Which means if I get 2 Dragon Dances up, and then he U-turns out, he expects me to be asleep, right? I'm expecting yawn here as I Dragon Dance up. Then I Dragon Dance up again, he U-turns. My Lumberry cures my sleep, and then I just attack everything. I think is what we gotta do. So he yawns here, okay. As I expected. And U-turn is not gonna do much damage to me at all. I don't know what his last move is, but I should be fine either way. Let's, I think, Dragon Dance up again. And so at +2 attack, Earthquake should definitely knock out Overquill. It'll also destroy Manaphy. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot about the foul play. I didn't see him reveal that move until now, and I forgot it got foul play. In my mocks, it was always Mystical Power or Psychic Noise or whatever. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. I did not expect. He brought the right counter team. He actually brought the right counter team versus me. So now it's Empoleon versus the world, literally. I guess let's cue into a Uxie fun fact, or maybe just a general Lake Trio fun fact. Did you know that Uxie is a pixie, Mesprit is a spirit, and Azelf is an elf? It's pretty cool stuff, right? So if you understand me, then I guess you see what I'm saying. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think we can knock out Uxie with a Roost because it should die to poison here. And so really it comes down to Overquill. Because we already know that Manaphy can't touch Empoleon at all. So he's got to have some kind of endgame plan, right? Overquill has to have something for Empoleon, I guess. I would assume, otherwise it's going to be a very interesting endgame. Hopefully it's not like Taunt, which I could definitely see it being Taunt. Plus attacks. Swords Dance, like I said, I think is an option. Let's surf here, see what we can do. We also really got to be careful of random Destiny Bond as well. So he Swords Dances here. Okay, okay. Now we know what we're working with. It's going to be tough. And that is not a 2-hit KO, unfortunately. I was going to say if it was closer to a 2-hit KO, because now I have the Torrent ability over competitive, and Torrent can actually, if it's in range, destroy it. So it'll be really tough. I don't know if it's in Torrent range, actually. I don't think it is. SD again is greedy, though. He tries to Swords Dance again. Oh, wow. So Overquill is actually a play on the word overkill. As you can see here, it is living up to its name, but trying to go for another greedy Swords Dance, and now just got roared out into Manaphy, so we're still in this. We are still in this right now, but it's going to be extremely important, now that we know what it is, to stay as healthy as possible. I don't think a Surf is going to knock out Manaphy, so let's try to get a Surf off, and then let's try to Roost as healthy as possible before we knock out Manaphy, because it's going to come down to EMPOLEON versus Overquill in the end, and then that's where things get really, really interesting. So let's Roost once here. That puts us below 50, so we're not gonna have the full amount of HP back, right? I need to see exactly how much this Overquill is gonna be doing. I need to actually see here, because I feel like the better play is probably going for Roost, just because when we healed just now, it didn't go back to full HP. And so I don't want it to come into play. I definitely don't want the burn damage and everything like that to come into play. So yeah, according to this, like, so +2 Overquill, it's not gonna knock me out if I'm healthy enough, because it does, like, I don't know, depending on the thing, like a rough estimate's around maybe 60 to 80, maybe a little more. But I know, like, if we keep taking rounds of burn damage plus the knockoff and stuff like that, it's gonna do a lot. But it depends on his investment. But then I'm looking at the calc, right, and it's like, it might not even be fully attack invested if Surf only did that little to it. So it really all is just gonna come down to what the investment is and everything like that. Of course, I have a few defensive EVs on my EMPOLEON. So if that comes in clutch, that'll be nice. So we knock this out here. Okay, we're gonna take burn damage, so we gotta see what we're working with. We gotta see what we're working with here, because I don't think I'll be able to have time to Roost if he's Swords Dancing up. We're at 275 HP. We are literally at 275 HP right now, which is pretty crazy. And 275 HP is 74%. It's 74% right now. So +2 if he Swords Dances up. Yeah, he's definitely not fully offensive. Like, otherwise Surf would have done a lot more. So he definitely has, I think he has some bulk. He definitely has some bulk. It might make sense for him maybe not to Swords Dance here, and also, and maybe to just crunch twice. Well, if he gets a defense drop, no, he's Throat Chop. That's big damage. Now the ultimate question is, can we live this next Throat Chop? I think we might be able to. I feel like we might be able to. I feel like we might be able to. After the burn damage. No, it's smart for him to attack twice, especially with Throat Chop, because he gets 2 rounds of burn damage, or an additional round of burn damage, basically, versus a Swords Dance, and then I probably would have been able to live. Oh, this is tough. There's a Throat Chop. Yo! 1 HP! 1 HP! The power of Chinese EV spreads! Yo, EMPOLEON! EMPOLEON is crazy! And that, my friends, truly is a GG. It's Emvee. I didn't think the Playmore game that we just had last week could be surpassed, but I think this might be game of the season. Clutch 1 HP survival from EMPOLEON was insane. And not just that, but EMPOLEON winning 1v3 versus Manaphy, Yuxi, and Overquill for the late game, for the end game. EMPOLEON just 1v3'd. That's crazy. That is crazy. If he clicked Throat Chop instead of being greedy and going for a second Swords Dance, I think he just would have won, right? Because Throat Chop shuts down my roar. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. I mean, he adapted super well to my last team that I brought. He brought quite the counter team this time. For the rematch, he had the upper hand. and we still won. The other pivotal moment, I think, was definitely the Raging Bolt surviving the Adamant Headlong Rush from Custepberry. Great Tusk, that was pretty wild too. Like, that was a pivotal turn as well, because as soon as we knocked out Great Tusk, EMPOLEON saw the end game. That was really wild. I'm surprised though, he was so risky with Great Tusk. Like, I actually could have come out with more Mons had he not hard switched in on like a potential Surf or stayed in versus Toadscruel. I think Toadscruel would have been able to knock it out at -2 for sure. I had an offensive investment. But with that, we have now made it to the finals. One of the last 2 standing left in the league. Depending on, you know, the winner of Chimpact and Uzi will be facing one of them. And regardless of whether we win or lose, I feel like our games are at an all-time high in terms of quality. Like, this draft in particular has far surpassed my expectations of where I thought it could take us, and hopefully, you know, I can give you all a good finals performance with it. But check out Leo. At the time of recording this, I think he has a lot of catching up to do on his upload, so hopefully he can get those videos up at some point. Would love to see his side. I don't know if he's going to be getting them up anytime soon though, but yeah, subscribe to me for more Heat content. I look forward to hearing from you all in the comments, and I shall see you all for the next one. Peace.